All right, so I'm working on this job tracking application in Python. Essentially, this is designed to track jobs. So if you're looking for jobs, you can keep track of the various job postings that you found, that you've applied to, that you've interviewed with, and things like that. So this is my basic GUI here. So you have firm name, firm type, job title, job description. So this is still in development, so lots of changes to come, but I'm just getting sort of the fundamentals of what I'm looking to achieve. You have the generate report, which does a word cloud. Let's see if test mode actually works. Let's submit T. Okay, so the test mode auto-populated, test firm, broker, QA, job description, key tasks of the job, and some kind of salary. Look at that, money. So if I do generate report, okay, so I got a database locked because I'm currently working on the database, which is the point of this video. But as you can see, there's a word cloud of basically the frequency of which each of these particular skills are found in my database. So anyway, so that's the basic functionality. You can input a job posting information, store it in the database, and then you can run reports based on what's the most popular skills and things like that. So I'm in the process of enhancing it, so I wanted to add some more columns and some more tables. So I'm going to show you how that is done. So this is a DB browser for SQLite, SQLite. I don't know how you pronounce that. So basically, first thing we did here is we ran this query: select m.name as table underscore name, comma p dot asterisk, and then we did, let's see if I can zoom this in, from SQLite underscore master m, and then we did a left outer join, pragma underscore table underscore info, and then in parentheses m.name p, where m.type equals table, order by m.name, p.cid. So running this is going to give us this result, and this is basically telling us what we have to work with. So you can see we got a total of 33 rows, 41 milliseconds, and you can see in the firms table we have firm, firm type, and mentions. This is just basically like a schema, so it's telling us the data type and things like that, text, integer. We have the jobs table, we have the job ID, the firm. So this is what we have in it. So I've actually already added. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to add these specialized columns like a salary min, salary max. And just to clarify, because obviously with SQL you can run queries to do a salary min and salary max for your data set, but this is actually for a specific job. So if you have a job that has a salary range, a specific job that has a salary range, of $10 an hour and a maximum of $30 an hour, I can actually input the salary range, or I can actually just put the salary text, which is actually what the salary will be for that particular job. So that's the reason why there's a salary min and max. Don't confuse that with the min max queries that you can run. So the way that I added, so I already had an existing set of tables, an existing amount of columns, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to add more columns or fields to the database. So what I did is we used the alter table query. Just a quick note, you see this is commented out here because I originally was designating this as a unique field. Actually, incorrect. This was originally a unique field, so we just had basically after the text we had unique. However, this software, this database, I don't know where the limitation comes from, does not like that. So what I did is, instead of designating it as unique, I just kept it normal, and then I'm going to designate it as unique afterwards instead of with the query. If you guys know a way that I could have done this through this query, let me know. I don't know how to do it, so I just did it the default way. So instead of making the job ID unique here with my query, I actually am going to do it using the GUI rather than with this query. This was actually commented out because I think this column was already there. So I got an error message when I ran it. So I just commented out, that's all. But anyway, this is all it is. So it's alter table. So you're gonna, self-explanatory, you wanna alter a table. So the command is actually alter. Obviously jobs is a specific table that I'm altering. And then how am I gonna alter the table? So I wanna alter, let's zoom this up a little bit more. So I want to alter a table. The table I want to alter is called jobs. And the way that I want to alter it is I want to add a column, right? What column do I want to add? I want to add a column called work_type. And what type, no pun intended, what type of column is work_type? It is a text column, right? And then of course this is my end of line designator there, and that's it. Pretty much self-explanatory. If you try to run this and it already exists, whatever you're trying to add is already there, this is what happens. So I tried to alter the jobs table and add a column called work type, but as you can see below here, there is already existing that field. So you get a duplicate column name error. So basically nothing is done. So there's no big deal with this. This is pretty safe. Obviously it's sure, just make sure these are the columns you actually want to add, but you don't have to worry about somehow creating a mess where there's columns already there and then you try to add them again and then it's a duplicate column and then your database is messed up. These, as far as I know, are relatively safe. As you can see, I just ran it again and I've never had a problem. If you guys have had issues doing this where you've created some kind of a clash with your existing schema, please do let me know and share with everyone else. But as far as my experience, no big deal. You run it and there's existing columns or fields, it'll just give you the error messages. And then, as you know, documentation is very important. So I created this markdown document. If you're not familiar with markdown format, go ahead and look that up. As you can see, Notepad++ recognizes this format. That's why you see it's color-coded like that. So you have job application tracker database schema, tables overview. So you have jobs. This is the main table for tracking job applications and requirements. These are the fields in jobs. You have the primary key, the company name, the type of company. So all the details here. You have the minimum salary, maximum salary. You have the firms, company names, right? This is probably going to be modified in the future. Because, for example, maybe I want to add something. Let's add something, actually. So I'm taking from the top, and we're going to modify this. So I added I'm going to add a field called favorite. So this is just, again, this is just documentation, right? This is not, we're not actually doing anything that's going to affect anything else. This is essentially our notes. You just call it favorite companies. Right, so we want to add favorite to firms. So in line 38 here, we can just add alter table firm, add column favorites, and this will just be a text column. So what would actually be better is if we made this an integer with a default of 0. So we're trying to be as professional as we can here. I think best practice for something where this is kind of a yes/no type of deal, true, false, so Boolean type of thing, or so I think for something like this, what I'd want to store in the database would be a 0 for no, 1 for yes. So obviously in the GUI, it'll maybe ask you like a yes/no type of thing, and then we can convert that into the database format of 0 versus 1. So default is 0. So if you don't specify favorite, it's gonna have 0, which means that it's not a favorite. If the person clicks on yes or no, or however we set it up in the GUI, it's going to convert that response into the format, which is 0 or 1. So, I mean, obviously, if 0 is default, then that means the only value that it's ever going to insert would be a 1, right? Because that's the only time you'd actually need to add a value is when it's not the default value, which is always going to be there otherwise. So anyway, so that's it. That's pretty simple. That's all I wanted to cover in this video. This is the Computer Programming University, and remember, the first step in learning is that it should be fun. All right, until next time.